I think I will go first.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
I will.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
pretty went.
Good luck.
Good luck. So I'm gonna move here. Gain 3. I'm going to spend 2. For the last spot. I'm going to discard the remote. And I'm gonna fade. Oh, sorry. Okay,
Beautiful.
so your turn.
I'll come to the Radcliffe house. I will spend 1 power to play a flashlight at the countryside. I'll activate the flashlight. Smoke farm, and we'll fate. Teamwork. Dash. Dash there. Okay. And then
Okay, so I'm gonna move on the layer. I'm going to move the Omnitroid. I'm going to vanquish Dash.
mhm.
Let's shuffle this. I pay 1 for my major modification
Mhm.
card, and I call my B9 over here. Can play a card, and that's it.
Sure. I will. Mm, Come to the milk farm. I'll gain 1 power. I'll spend that 1 power to get the job done. The flashlight. I will fade you. We will. And then I will discard that. Yeah, and then it's
Okay, so you have to move. I don't have power. I can vanquish. So that's your turn.
I will. Come to Hell Hall. Mm, yeah, I'll come to Hell Hall. I'll gain 1 power. I'll activate flashlight. I will play whatever it takes to get out of my hand. Sure. And I will discard.
You didn't pay anything, right? Sorry.
No, I didn't pay anything. I will discard. Got a telephone. Yeah. Draw 2 enter.
Okay, so I'm gonna get here. I'm gonna gain 3. I'm gonna sleep.
Captain.
Captain and Danny. Don't worry there. I can discard. Let's just this one. And I'm gonna pay 3 for Mirage over here.
Mhm.
Check, check. Check, check over there. And I end my turn.
Cool. I'll come to the house. I'll spend 1 power to Devil Woman. Captain over here. And we'll activate the flashlight. And we'll wait. No, also playing. Also on Jack Jack and that's fine. And then end turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna move here. Gonna gain 1. I'm gonna fake. Here. And Captain over there.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna vanquish Jack Jack. And I can also play a card. Just play the remote here. And end my turn.
I'll come to the countryside, gain 3 power, spend 2 power on Horace,
I
spend
did
1
15
power.
years later.
Yeah, these. And then end my turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna move here. Okay, 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fade. And let's and
Onto the milk farm. They live for Thurs to gain 1, 2, 3, 4 power. Monologuing on the swing. So wait a minute. We'll do that and then draw a card in turn.
I'm gonna get over here. I'm gonna pay for containment unit on Mr. Incredible. I'm gonna vanquish Jack.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Android. The remote is going to my hand, even though Mr. Incredible has it.
I don't know if that's a question or a statement, but I don't know the answer either way.
Okay, so I finish my turn.
At Lord of the Plains, if you need a rule in, I'll come to the Radcliffe house. I'll spend 1 for a poker. Beat up Captain. I'll
Use
activate.
Fireproof. Let's try Mr. Incredible.
Go for it. I will have fate. We'll stick. Just to go there. And then I will draw 1 card in turn.
Move here. Okay, 3. 2. Depot. Now I'm going to discard this one. Okay. Let's go your laboratories. And I end my turn.
I think you do take remote because it says find and put it in your hand.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go up to the milk farm. I'll spend 1, 2, 3 power to play Jasper to Radcliffe House. And I'll fate. Actually, no, I'm not going to fate. It's a. Sorry, change of plan. We'll come to Hell Hall. Gain 1 power, so 1, 2, 3 for Jasper. Activates the flashlight, grab this one back. Play Jasper here. And I will discard 1, 2, and then turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna move here. Gain 1. I'm going to vanquish the girl. And I'm gonna fate. And we're laboratories. And I can play a card. Complete it over here. And end my turn.
I'll come to the Radcliffe House. I will activate Horace, chuck that one back at countryside. I will play live first, gain 1, 2, 3, 4 power, and I will draw 1 card at my turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go here. Gain 3. I'm gonna discard. Gonna pay 2. Pay cards over here. Card. This. And gonna pay. Mm, there. Oh, here. Take 3. And match.
Okay. I'll come to House Hall, I'll gain 1 power, spend it on that devil woman, moving it Roger over here. I will activate Horace to grab this one. I will discard a copy of Cruel. Then
You gain
cards
1, right?
yeah, gained 1, spent 1.
Okay, I play 15 years later. Dash. Dash. Over here. So it's my turn. I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna gain 1. I'm gonna vanquish dash without using any of it. I'm gonna fake. And I'm gonna use Bongo over here. I can play 1 card. 1 security. And that's my turn.
Sure. I'll come to that house. I'll spend 1 on a poker. Use that to blow up Pongo. I will spend activate Horace. Won't spend any time for that. It's played. I'll face as well. Teamwork and infiltrate. But if you go ahead and reveal the hand. That. And then I will draw a card on my turn.
I'm gonna move here. Gain 3. Then 1. Application. 1. 1. And I'm gonna pay. more Labradors. And my turn.
I'll come to the milk farm. We'll get fate off. Some crap here. And I will spend
You spend 2, right?
spent 1 power
Oh,
to grab. Get the job done. Then end my turn.
over here. And I'm gonna spend 2. Move the last spot. I'm gonna move this guy over here.
Oh, I'll play Cruel.
Okay. I'm gonna vanquish Mr. Cruella.
Mm-hmm.
And we want another major. That's my turn.
I'll come to the Radcliffe house. We'll get the fate off first. It's on over there. I will activate Horace. Grab that there. I'll spend 1 power to spend 1 power. Get the job done. Activate Jasper. Which are these 2. And then I will draw 2 cards and then turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over here. Entry. Pay 1. Security. No, sorry. I'm going to pay 1 for third major modification.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fate.
Yep.
And that's my turn.
Come to the milk farm. We'll gain. I'll spend 1 power to play. Mm. 1 power to play. You idiots. Jasper. And then I will fate. Mm. We'll play us together. And then draw 1 card and turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna vanquish Violet with a Metroid. I'm gonna
I will
pay.
play Devilish and get rid of Sergeant Tibbs.
I'm gonna pay 1 for security over here. And pay 2 for card. Can move. I don't want to move. Death.
I come to the house. I will play whatever it takes to get it out of my hands. I'll fit you. Okay. I think I have to play that, and then I will. Okay, card. Oh, I haven't activated anything. I will activate. One. Cool.
So I'm gonna fade Elastigirl. Vanquish,
Oh.
sorry.
Get rid of any room reject.
I'm gonna pay 1. Play made modification. That's my turn.
Over here. Fate.
Why are there two separate piles?
Good question.
Did you mean to put these back on top?
Oh, bear with me. These, that one. I think, yeah, these are supposed to go on top of that. There we go. I'll play Violet in James' place, I suppose. And then draw a card end turn.
I'll move over here. I gave 1. I vanquish Violet. I'm gonna fade. Up. And then I fade. So you can play a card. That's in my turn.
What's the house? So incredible. Yeah. Let's go size and so in turn.
Over here. Pay 3. Fade. I pay 2. Notification, please. I'm gonna move. And I can discard. And I end my turn.
We're gonna fate. We will force field and Mr. Incredible. End turn.
I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna A1. I'm gonna fade Frozen. Vanquish Frozen. I'm gonna fade you.
Yep.
Mm, let's play Poco over here. I'm gonna pay 3
Mm-hmm.
for 0 point energy on Mr. Incredible. And my
Okie dokie. We'll come to the countryside. Gains 3 power. Send 1 to double take it. Grab poker. Send 1 to the roadster side. And then I'll draw 1 card. So
Did you discard cards?
didn't discard anything, no.
Okay. I gain 3. I spent 4. Containment unit on Mr. Incredible. I'm gonna card this one. And I'm gonna fade. Okay. I'm gonna put her over here. And after my turn.
Okay. I'll come to the house, spend 1 power on poker, use that to beat up Pongo. We'll then activate some
I
so,
choose fireproof.
yep. And I'll fake this one. We'll play no capes. And I'll draw 1 card end turn.
Okay. First, I'm gonna fake.
Mm-hmm. Those are captured.
Ah, capture. Okay, so only captain can be played. Captain over here. I get discard. Take 4 and end my turn.
Into the farm. Stick a force field on Mr. Incredible. End turn.
Over here. K1. Can vanquish. Then I can fade. So I destroy the.
Mm-hmm.
And I can play one card. Not. And my turn.
Okay. I'll come to the house. We'll book that then. Alright, wait. We will dash. Smart, and then I will enter.
I move over here. I'm gonna vanquish dash. And end my turn.
Come to the milk farm. Play Jack. Jack there. And end turn.
I go over here. I get one. I vanquish. It's incredible. And my turn.
The house. Wait. The violet there.
Okay. I think Jack only gains power when he's played.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. A2. I'm gonna do this one. And I'm gonna fade.
Play Twilight Bar.
Over there. And that's my turn.
Come to the countryside. Gain 3 power. Spend 1 power to ear puppies. This one. Draw 1 card end turn.
I move over here. I vanquish Jack. I'm gonna fade.
Mm-hmm.
We are Labradors. And I can't play. I pay 3 and point energy on Violet.
Come to the house, spend 1 power to you idiots. Jasper over here, using to defeat Pongo. And I'll fade. Um, and I'll enter.
I'm gonna vanquish Violet. I'm gonna gain 1. Okay, wait. Gain 1, vanquish, play a card. I pay 2. Let's spot over it. That's my turn.
We'll come to the milk farm, play, live for first, gain 2 power. Fate.
I play 15 years later.
Go for it.
Jack, Jack. Over here.
I'll play a force field on Jack Jack. No, I'll play Frozone to the layer. And then I will draw 1 card end turn.
Here. Gain 3. Gonna spend 1.
The draw.
Okay. Alright, that's my turn.
Come to the house. I'll pay whatever it takes to do a fate action. So totally wicked. And draw a card end turn.
Here. I pay 1. I'm gonna pay. Here. Gonna gain 1. I can discard. That's. I can vanquish Jack, Jack. That's not.
Does there need to be an ally there? Remember this coming up last game.
Yeah, I check with Lord of the Plains. You can vanquish.
Without an ally, no, that's cool. That's how I always thought it worked. Not to worry. I'll come over to the milk farm. I'll fate you first. Yeah, we'll stick also on that.
Okay, so I just created a different voice channel so Lord can join me for a little commentary. This has been a really good. Lord, this is an interesting mashup because Syndrome just went for the Fate Lock on Radcliffe House.
Yeah, making sure it's really hard to fate. Granted, Cruella, as she's shown, enough whatever it takes and it might work.
Yeah. I mean, I will say it's been back and forth with the fading. Like, honestly, Cruella's done really good to keep up with the heroes.
Well, I think the only main difference here is Syndrome's a lot better, especially at this point, at dealing with the fates he goes against.
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happens that him dealing with all this correlates to fading.
Right. Now, I will say the fates against Syndrome have been kind of unlucky because force fields keep coming out, so he has to vanquish them twice.
That's true.
Oh.
And that's the one thing Syndrome does not have, the ability to vanquish more than one thing on a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Except, is there a defeat a hero kind of thing he has? I forget.
I don't think so. He has ones where he can perform actions that are covered by a hero. He can move a hero, but I don't think he can necessarily just outright kill one. You're talking about Cruella, right? Or
I was talking about Syndrome actually.
no, because he has ways to get the heroes down to the 0 strength, but he doesn't actually have ways to just get them.
And note, there was a move where Syndrome didn't activate the remote to beat the Omnidroid, where I thought maybe he should have just and then dealt with the heroes as they come. Actually, correction, that would have been unfortunate. It would have blocked his second fate action permanently the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm. It was interesting because Hell Hall had 3 of them, Milk Farm had 2, Countryside had 2, and now most of them are just all up there. Pongo came back out.
Oh my stinking gosh.
And that's the big issue with Syndrome. If you really like, he pretty much has one location at Downtride Metroville where you can unlimited fate every other turn. But if you don't cover up the top fate at the par resident, it's really hard to just not get faded by Syndrome constantly. Because
Well, yeah, especially since it has the Vanquish action there too.
and that what he's doing is good. He's able to go and double up with Incredible and Dash. Frozone's covered the other Vanquish action, so that's good.
And I was actually looking at the special text for Mr. Incredible. So when he got zeroed out, when he moved to Dash's location, he got strength back. Is how it's apparently ruled. And I'm trying to read him again. I'm gonna pull it from discard first, just to split. See, is targeted by containment, he's brought to 0 strength and gains back strength equal to the number of other heroes at his location. So, containment unit does not work well on Mr. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that is canonical-ish. Actually, I don't think it is. Never mind.
Oh, there's Jasper back, which is good.
Indeed, now he has some fighting power.
But if you noticed, he's put it where on the Radcliffe house, and my guess is he's gonna try to use a poker and get rid of Pongo.
That's fair. Poker or go through telephone. Vanquish.
So we got Tibbs
Use-
or Reckless Driving. Yeah, it's gonna get rid of the telephone.
Surprised? No.
And it is a reshuffle, so there's 17 cards left in the deck. So
It's mid. As long as Syndrome plays quickly so that they don't use as much time.
now I find, yep, exactly. There's a poker. Now I find it interesting in the game where it was irrelevant because of Pongo, and I literally wasn't paying attention because I had my son with me. Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, you can keep in mind, Syndrome also has to clear those heroes to win as well. So
Yeah.
it's the only reason he didn't activate the remote when he had the chance is
Mhm.
because it wasn't going to be an insta win, and
Now
the Omnidroid's really good at vanquishing stuff.
it is smart that they put Elastigirl there. Oh my gosh.
Why so? Oh, just to make Mr. Incredible stronger? Or no,
Um,
he's not there.
no. What I was saying is to essentially make sure that this is fate locked. Cause yeah, you can
Ah, yeah,
go
good
right
point.
here, vanquish, and have dash, right? Or
True.
actually, no, that wouldn't work because Omnidroid would still cover the top action.
That's fair. You know
But
what's something interesting when
still,
I
it's a good idea.
noticed about playing Syndrome?
Hmm.
A lot of my time is less spent on my turn, but it's more spent on figuring out teamwork.
Yep, because you're trying to literally think three fates ahead in 3 turns of like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, so like he's just using Frozone, a free kill. Now he has that top vanquish action out, so he can go for the Syndrome's lair.
And he has plenty of power to play extra stuff,
Oh,
so.
and there's a bioprobe. Two
Two.
bioprobes, and that was 4. So now, oh
Oh,
my
wait.
gosh, got rid.
Oh!
So he's got to flip that.
Okay, so he does have an instant defeat, but it's based off a condition.
Correct. So now, oh my
Basically,
gosh,
if
the
an opponent
save.
has to defeat heroes, you can defeat your heroes. Never let it be said that Syndrome is
He
so funny enough. Go for it.
We got Infiltrate and Violet. Ooh, saved his ass a little bit, but
Honestly, it just feels like a solid stall.
yeah. I was gonna say in the game where it was irrelevant, Cruella got down to like 2 or 3 minutes. Got down to like 2 or 3 minutes with their turn left, and
That's true.
well, just use Jasper as a sacrifice. I mean, you have to do no capes.
I guess no capes it is.
And it's a force field, and there's let's see, if you search, you've got Dash, Incredible, Frozone. You have all the heroes in there. So you better hope and pray that there's another no capes in there.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, this is just such a lock for um Syndrome right now.
Well, let's play by Bullmarket. No, other way around. Bullmarket's playing Syndrome, and Mr. Anvil is playing Cruella.
We got Totally Wicked and Jack Jack. But Jack Jack doesn't get the remote.
So I'm curious. I thought we were giving their original game 1 to Syndrome based off. I guess we decided to redo that one more or less. Okay, fair enough. Oh, and then if Syndrome wins this, then we get another game.
Which it looks like it is going that way.
I'm actually so impressed at how Corella's kept up the fate thresh.
Now, I will say, they are both less than 5 minutes. So
Might be the longest game of the tournament.
if Cruella can keep stalling Syndrome to where, and I will say Bullmarket is a little bit slow in doing the actions. If Cruella can keep up this pressure of the fate, and having him stall. Like here, he just spent 10 seconds thinking of what to do. 10 seconds is crucial.
Yeah, even
And-
though you know exactly where you're gonna go. That's the way I think of it. Like you literally are basically just jumping between two locations, maybe a third if you get lucky.
There's a Vanquish. Oh, hang on. You have to use an ally to vanquish Jack Jack. You didn't use an ally to vanquish Jack Jack.
Yeah, the last one.
I had just go in there for a little bit of ruling because
You literally left to end game.
yeah,
This fate didn't. It just got totally wicked.
that's it.
Boom. Oh my gosh, 55-minute game.
Yeah, that's insane. All right, let me go to the other chat.
But there was a bit early game where I was feeling okay, and I've been fully reset to 0.
Oh,
Crazy.
That
Yeah,
was that last 20 minutes was pretty intense, y'all.
I think that this game was better than the previous one. Well, this is the best of the three so far.
Not gonna lie, that was the best game so far that I've seen live. I thought it was really good.
Probably the longest attorney so far.
Probably.
Yeah, that was pretty lengthy.
Alright, so Cruella, you get to decide after the hands are
Yeah.
drawn.
I'll go first.
First, alright, Syndrome, you gain a power and you get to do a mulligan if you would like.
Okay, so wait.
Yep. So then put these back.
I can't see my hand. There you go. Okay.
Good news is I couldn't see them either.
You
It was still
disable-
enabled from before.
Yeah. So go ahead
You
and
need-
just hit it. There you go. Alright. Y'all are ready? Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Alright.
I come to the milk farm,
Other chat.
gain 1 power.
Yeah, 55-minute match. That was long.
Indeed. Not the longest I've played, but that's okay.
I will say the longest solo match, or not solo match, but one-man match I've played against a 1v1 was probably almost 2 hours. And that was Shere Khan versus Mim. It was just too long because I kept being able to bravo and fate Mim and just keep recycling.
Honestly, I think it'd be fun to do Mim versus everyone.
Yeah.
Another interesting idea I had was, since everyone wants to try out shorter time frames, trying out 20-minute side timers.
Now, I for Wicked League, obviously we had 25-minute timers, which I thought was phenomenal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do think 20-minute timers, like I can see both why they would be good and bad, because obviously those matches went down to the last 3-4 minutes. So, Cruella would have won if it was a 25-minute match, because Syndrome would have ran out of time. But, I think 25 minutes is the good spot, but at the same time, you're right. I think I would like to try 20 minutes.
To be fair, I agree with the 30-minute timer personally.
Mm.
But I would like to see data of if how it affects things, because I have the trackers, so
Mhm.
getting more data on that and proving something at the very least, I'd rather than just hypothesize or theorize based off what I do see.
Yeah, obviously. And you know what? That can be things where you just start doing it now and saying, "Hey, this is the data that I have with, X amount of players against X amount of villains." And I don't think Mim necessarily needs to be on the conversation, but at least have the conversation of, hey, it's a valid point of being able to do a 20-minute timer, so why don't we go ahead and actually try to... Wait, how can he vanquish?
Who are we referring to? Did they?
He vanquished, but there's no vanquish. Hang on. Hey, just curious, how did you vanquish Jack Jack with no vanquish?
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Let me just poke. Yeah.
Oh. I'll play Elastigirl here and blow the security.
Okay, you already did a reshuffle, so that's just gonna stay permanent as of right now.
And then I will discuss.
Oh, good thing I caught that.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're right. There is no vanquish.
So, I mean, technically, he wouldn't have been able to do a second play card, but it's one of those things where, and like
You
that
know
was.
what's funny? Is I find with almost any strategic game, there's always at least one common thing. All the players can have played the game for 6, 7 years, but there'll still be mistakes.
Oh, 100%. And um, 100, even after playing, I honestly think Wicked. I mean, the worst takes it all. I mean, I played that religiously for a year before the expansion came out, so I'm familiar with those a lot. Obviously, Shere Khan and stuff, but at the same time, there's still going to be certain situations that you haven't encountered before. There's going to be certain rules that are like, do I do this? Is that right? I mean, that's with every game.
True. Granted, I feel as like some of the villains, there was such poor wording that it's like, it says do this, but you're really doing this.
Yep,
Uh,
100%.
I can't learn English from Villainous.
Ooh, got Devilish out. Getting rid of
Ooh.
the Colonel.
Wait,
Now,
do they both have during the turn if another player defeats a hero of a street the three where you may oh my
it's
stinking
3 or
gosh.
less.
Do they both have conditions that will let themselves
So the thing is though with Bioprobe, it's equal or less power. So if you have a Mouse Queen, then you can get rid of Frozone, Elastigirl, and all that. But you get a what's a 6 strength hero or a 7 strength hero? I don't think there are many. Mr. Incredible's a
6 is Mr. Incredible by
yeah.
base.
Mhm.
7 strength might be. Genie is 5 strength without a lamp at his location.
No, I think it's 6.
Peter
Isn't it?
Pan is 8.
Yeah, so if you defeated Peter Pan, obviously game would be over. But
True, because it's the person whose turn it is who gets
mhm.
to determine the order of the villainous stack, if you will.
Ooh, that was a quick teamwork. I mean, literally flipped it over, and then I went to go look at what the cards were, and they were already flipped in his hand.
Well, that's good, because that's the biggest time consumer.
Now it's interesting though, because on TTS you can put a blindfold on. but you can't really talk about it if you're on the same voice chat. So it's interesting because it says reveal it to the other players, right?
Teamwork actually says look at the top 6.
Or look at
So
the
you
top
do
6.
not have to reveal them.
Maybe I'm thinking of Cad Bane.
That might be true.
Yeah, that is Cad Bane's. Is you can reveal it to the other players. Pongo.
See, now it seems to me it's a bit of a rush of who can get to their components first.
Now I will say, Cruella has actual power now instead of a lot or without power. Because I'm not gonna lie, the last game Cruella could not consistently keep power. Wow, triple upping on that fate.
Can I understand it? Yes.
And look at this, they have no major mods out. Now they only have
Yeah, and
one
unfortunately, there's no
mod.
discard actions on their vanquish territories.
So honestly, oh, and there's the poker.
I poked Pongo.
Bioprobe that force field.
You know, I'd be tempted to Syndrome to focus on fading for a bit, just so you can discard some cards. Because at the moment, you can't even get your Omnidroid out in the first place, which is what you want to be vanquishing with, ideally.
I mean, honestly, just fate and gain power right now.
Have you ever played All Wild Uno? I'm curious.
I've played it a couple of times. I haven't necessarily. Have you played Uno No Mercy? That one's ridiculous.
Yeah, I noticed that on average you're more likely to draw cards than you are to lose cards.
Oh,
Which is why they have the. Does Pongo come straight back out?
with Twilight Bark.
Pongo dies. Bark. I'm back.
Now this is incredible. That's 7 tokens out of the 12 that are out. Whereas in the first 5 minutes of Cruella's turns, there was maybe 2.
True.
Wow.
In fact, based off progress alone right now and where everyone's at, I'm favoring Cruella a lot.
I
She
think
has a
she's
lot
like
of
70-30 right now.
70-30?
In my opinion, because honestly, you get Roadster and Jasper out, and you just do some activate actions, you're pretty much good. But Elastigirl is now gone.
Let's see. I'm curious. It was the original one, right? Cruella versus Syndrome.
Oh, got Perdita out now.
Cruella usually wins 72% of the time against Syndrome. So your 70-30 thing ain't too far off, even without the actual gameplay.
Not too bad.
Let's see, how many games played though? I've had 11 games though.
Good thing I looked at my schedule for work tonight.
Prize shift?
No, I usually close on Wednesdays, but I'm closing tonight. One of our other managers is on PTO. Because I'm a poker dealer, so I get to deal and manage.
Wait, you're a poker dealer?
Yeah.
What?
I'm a
I'm
poker
curious.
dealer and a manager.
What area are you in?
I'm in Missouri.
Okay.
I was originally doing it in Texas. Even though gambling's not legal in Texas, there was like a couple of loopholes that we were able to get around.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Vegas, so
Oh, very nice. I've
that's
never been to
why my
Vegas.
poker dealer's like, oh.
Yeah, I've never been to Vegas, but I want to. But
Maybe we can get a little mini tournament going if you come down here.
hey, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. 72-28. Like, are you like? I barely looked at that stat sheet. Are you impressed that I could actually nail it pretty much on the head?
Honestly, I feel like everyone's intuitions generally read them right.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes,
Ooh, big power gain.
so it's definitely good you got the vibe for it. But the other trick is, I feel, is like, because like I always like looking at all the other stats. For example, if Cruella players are playing her well, generally she wins more like 74% of the time rather than the more lower average of 37% of the time,
Mm-hmm.
which is her average among all the villains. So, whereas Syndrome, he's a lot more drastic.
I feel like, honestly, I feel like Mr. Anvil is really good with Cruella because from what I've seen, they can constantly keep up fate pressure. They can constantly keep up getting tokens in and out, and they can honestly keep up with the sort of um, the fate pressure from people who can constantly fate, like Lotso or Syndrome, or Oogie, you know.
So, the way I think of Cruella,
Oh,
and the reason I know
that was totally wicked. Oh my
that
gosh.
is a well-timed,
That
totally
is
wicked.
disgusting.
That is a really well-timed, totally wicked. See, the way I view Cruella, if
Mm-hmm.
she has the fate resistance of Evil Queen, slightly
Fair.
weaker because she can't move the heroes around as easily.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
But she has the fate deck of Prince John, more or less.
Yeah, where there's only like really one or two that are bad.
Well, that and plus they're more or less most of the time the fates are just set back.
Mm-hmm.
They take away your tokens. They make you unable to take tokens. That's the difference between that and power tokens you can't just spend for money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, got the
Other than
telephone out. Eventually get Jasper out.
teamwork. What a dream to make it work.
Syndrome reveal 2 zeros of 15 years later in Mirage. Alright. So we got a dash and a force field. Totally wicked, incredible, no capes, and Jack Jack.
So basically at this time, Syndrome is playing Get Back My Modifications.
Mm-hmm. And it honestly looks like they're gonna put Mr. Incredible No Capes as the first one, Jack Jack, and Totally Wicked. Oh, he's moving Totally Wicked to the third fate.
And notice how they're literally only like 10 seconds apart right now.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it was in the first game too. I mean, there might have been a moment where Syndrome went down a couple minutes. But honestly, they both are one managing their time pretty decently, but they're very close. Now, I don't know if you watched my Prince John and Radigan match,
I
but
did.
I have my brain working like 6 steps ahead, so that's why I don't take a lot of time. Whereas Radigan was having to take a little bit longer of a time. I think that might have been the shortest match too. I think it was like what 35 minutes total.
The shortest match we've had so far? Besides customs, I didn't really check the times of custom matches, but I did write down all the ones for actual villains. So let's see, actually. I'm kind of curious now. What was the quickest one so far? Let's see, where did I note the total time?
Ooh, John Lithgow was confirmed to play Dumbledore in Harry Potter series.
We've had one 10-minute match. Sorry, two 10-minute matches.
Oh. I meant just
Three
like
10-minute matches?
over as a whole. Like the
Oh, just
entirety of the match.
oh.
So
If
like
you're talking about just match
if you
length,
if you go to the actual YouTube page.
yeah, that's right. About 35 minutes of game time. Okay, let me check real quick then. I'm kind of curious. Lotso versus Blue Guy was about the same time. Sorry, Lotso versus Evil Queen was about the same time frame. 35 minutes total of gameplay. Ursula Nu versus King Candy was similar, 35 minutes total. Is there anything shorter than that? It's the real question. There was one shorter. Lady Tremaine, Queen of Hearts, was 25 minutes, 2 games.
Wow.
Let's see, and we have a some games just go really quick, some do not. But you're definitely on the quicker end, that's for sure. Yzma tends to usually get some of the quickest wins.
Well, and the
Her,
Mr. Incredible getting zeroed out.
yeah, you gotta love hunting for modifications. Another thing that's interesting about Syndrome is playing your allies. You gotta feel much more loose about discarding them. Because unlike other villains where playing your stuff that stays out helps you get through your deck faster.
Right.
For you, there's a chance it's gonna be discarded by Totally Wicked. So therefore, your priority is to hunt to get your objective cards going.
We got Jasper with the poker, so gotta move him over.
I am impressed at how he's more or less trying to keep his board clear of heroes. Granted, I don't know if it's the most hopeful just yet.
Is he gonna? Yep, he's gonna choose the capture puppy token. I mean, that Totally Wicked really hurt.
Oh, it did. It caught 2 modifications, forcing him to have to cycle through his deck.
That's why I usually never have one or more than one out, because like I'll hold on to 2 and wait till I can go double play it and then immediately get rid of it.
See, I wouldn't like that either, because there's more hand removals than there are Totally Wickeds.
That's true. I mean, it is a big risk, but
Holding 1 in hand, though, that could be okay, I feel. So if you have more than 1 in hand, then you have to play some as well, I kind of view it. Because almost all your other cards are repeated anyway, so.
Just literally bouncing between Metroville and the Par residence.
You know, I wouldn't agree that's the best choice per se. If you're hunting the modifications, unless you're really trying to make sure your opponent is faded, your Nomisian Island is important too. Especially since without your on the droid out, you don't have your own defenses up against fates per se.
Right, and you've got plenty of power, so you can spend it on some of your allies.
But that also doesn't. That would be a different location in and itself too. Madam Mim, it's interesting because it plays a lot like All Wild Uno, and that's actually why I brought it up.
So
All Wild Uno, there's no.
here's the question: whatever it takes, he can perform a fate or an activate. He's choosing to perform the activate, which is smart. But at the same time,
Yeah.
what would you choose? Would you choose to activate or would you choose to fate?
Well, choosing the fate doesn't seem to be as helpful, but also at the same time, it would be nice to get out a hero. I think in this case, the trick is, let's see, what's in the discard pile here? There's 5 cards in discard. Only 2 of, what was it, 5 heroes, right?
I think
Or 6.
I think um
Or
Totally Wicked's
5
about to
main
pop up
found.
again.
That's a good point. Granted, Totally Wicked is not as helpful right now. In fact,
Oh,
it's more helpful for the Syndrome.
Mhm.
Because then he has perfect knowledge on where the Totally Wicked is. Honestly, that's like the one strength I liked about Chernobog. I should say. Is he's good at getting himself Fate deck knowledge really quickly.
It's very true. See, and here's where Cruella's taking a little bit longer time to kind of think about what she wants to do.
Well, yeah, you can either keep dealing with Fates and perhaps rush forward, or you can focus on attacking.
Mhm.
I kind of would judge it a bit based off my hand. If I have something that lets me deal with Perdita, then honestly I deal with Perdita, Fate, Vanquish, and do the activate. But if I have stuff I don't want in hand, then Milk Farm's better.
Mhm. I mean, this is farther than Cruella got with captured puppy tokens last game, so that's good.
That's true, yeah, we're at 44, so
Discard flashlight or telephone, or remove probably both the Radcliffe puppies. Yep.
not a bad choice, I feel.
No, I mean, I feel like they could have used the power instead of capturing the one at Horace's location. But what's he gonna do here? They just, yep, just gonna get rid of Perdita.
Yeah.
And
Oh
use
yeah, here's the
telephone to bring
activate.
them back out. Smart.
Telephone survives, so I am liking Cruella's position here right now.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on how quick those modifications come back. And I do
And
feel like that's where a lot of
they've
syndromes.
got 2 in hand right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like a lot of this matchup is based off how fast they can get their important cards. Cruella, it's a little easier because I'd argue you have a lot more backups
Mm-hmm.
and a lot more ways to dig. Whereas Syndrome, he needs basically those 4 modifications, and he was denied 2 of them, and now he has to dig for them without much digging software.
Right. They forgot to fate.
They did. A
They were
blunder for
they were
sure.
thinking too much of what, or no, maybe it's an intentional not fate.
That's true.
Because they know that Totally Wicked's coming out.
Actually, you got a point. They did play a teamwork. So yeah, they know exactly what's coming.
Well, and here's the thing: they only played one modification. So, are they? I mean, it's about to happen. Jack and Major, yeah, totally wicked. So
Oh.
obviously he's gonna get rid of everything here. Yep. So it's good
So-
that
So that's why he intentionally didn't fade, which
well,
means he
I
wanted
don't.
to clear the.
So here's the thing: I don't know if it's an intentional not fade or not. My guess is
I
it
would
is.
think so.
I would think so, because they know
Because he did
exactly
play
on
teamwork.
Yep, because they know on
So.
the third fate it was gonna be that. Oops. So now they've only got one modification left in their hand, which is there. They're gonna. Looks like he's saving a bioprobe. Nope, he's not gonna save it. He's not gonna save any of them.
Because at this point he has to dig.
Yeah, it's literally just discard.
And I agree with him. Digging is because you'll have backups to all these things.
Now, honestly,
Just-
I would actually get rid of telephone in this one because they literally can just vanquish again and activate to bring them back out. Sure, it stalls them, but I would honestly,
Yeah, I'd agree.
I would honestly just get rid of that telephone.
Get rid of telephone, a key card.
Yeah.
Prevents bigger
Then you
issues.
literally go right here.
Basically, all it says is you're costing him 1 power.
Oh, or do that. Just move Pongo, and then activate Flashlight. Fate. Frozen.
Kind of an interesting choice, but okay.
And lo and behold, they do not have any major mods in their hand.
Am I surprised? No, I'm not. I guess you have a pool of power, so.
Yeah, they are double playing a Velocipod, and it looks like they'll do a guards, my guess. Yeah. Just get rid of Frozone, just yank them out. Honestly, just go over to Hell Hall, gain that power, pay it, activate, and start capturing. Or pay, gain 3, and yeah, do that too. So that's 2.
They spent 2 and they.
So
gained...
they gained 3. They spent 1 on the activate, and then they spent 1 on.
Oh,
Jasper.
it's. Oh, I forgot Jasper cost 1 too. Rush down objective is what he says. How did you do that?
You hold over and pick it up, and then you press 1, 2, or 3, 4, 5, whatever.
Huh. You know, I can make an argument for capturing 11 puppies up until the very end.
Now, that's what they did in their first game, which is irrelevant, but it's at some point you have to focus on just capturing them and dealing with them like they're doing now. Alright, I'm gonna look to see what they draw, because they just did a 4-card discard, and they drew no mods. 3 conditions. Man, they're really at the bottom then. Or no, they're probably still on the discard from earlier. Force field.
Elastigirl kills the 1 ally.
Yeah. Honestly, this is not looking too good for Syndrome at all. They pay
It
1
is not.
to perform an activate. That's pretty smart. Oh, double, not a sidekick?
Not a sidekick. Not a sidekick. My brother had a hand of all not a sidekicks once. Funniest time I've ever played villainous.
Just to let you know, whenever you do that condition, you gotta make sure that those don't get shuffled back in.
Okay. Sorry.
Just had to do a small ruling. He did those conditions, but shuffled them back in. Just told him not to. Oh, now he's got 2 major mods in his hand.
Well, I'm not surprised there was 2 left in the deck.
Now there are 4 cards left in the Fate deck. What is he doing? Ah, he's just playing them, but then discarding. Interesting way to do that.
Now, this has been a tempo shift. Actually, I'm curious, as the Cruella player, do you think you would have avoided trying to discard cards knowing he needed to get modifications?
Probably.
Probably.
And just for the pure fact of you know they're getting close and they're having to reshuffle. So it just sucks because you're like, oh, I really need to keep the cards and keep that pressure off of them of having to do that. Now he can do whatever the heck he wants to get rid of them. That's 2, 4, 5, 6. They're at 88.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I turned off my mic for a split. They just need one more 11 puppies and they're at 1 condition.
Got 2
Now,
hits
granted,
now.
yeah, star.
He's gonna try to fade. Let's see what he's got in hand. He's got a 0-point energy and an identification, please. So that's not. He's gonna obviously probably play Flew the Coop. Now with the identification, please, you could honestly move Omnidroid over to where Elastigirl is, go to the Par Residence, Vanquish, and then Fate again.
Actually, you're not wrong here.
Which he paid 2 power. Nope, 1. Oh, he did pay 3 power.
You know,
I think
it's
that's
this tournament that's made me actually convinced that the strength reducers are actually okay.
I mean, that's an okay move, but you're essentially blocking yourself from fading him again. We got monologuing and teamwork. So he's discarding full hand, not a sidekick, super now and velocity fall.
So actually, he's supposed. Oh yeah, you're supposed. As far as I'm aware, with teamwork, you're supposed to. This is not discarded before you look at the top 6 cards.
Yeah, he was supposed to shuffle monologue in.
Yeah, so shuffle that in for him real quick.
Yeah.
Although I'm pretty sure he actually has the 6 he's placing back. But oh well.
Yeah, it's just. There, hang on. Alright, just as another side note, you didn't shuffle the monologuing back in, but you're good.
Was it? Is it supposed to shuffle back in?
Yeah, you're supposed to play that first. Play this.
Right. Okay.
Discard
Sorry, I
it,
wasn't
and
sure
then
on the
go back.
timing on that one.
You're good. Yeah, he realized his mistake. But I didn't even see what the team. But did you notice that was another fast teamwork?
Yeah, it was really fast.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, he is 2 minutes behind the other player right now, so.
Now it was interesting. He did catch up, but now he is lacking a little bit. He's going back down a little bit.
Interesting.
Okay. Oh, that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's at 9. He's at 99.
Yeah, well,
We'll see.
I mean, oh, he's discarding some cards. I guess
There's nothing really in hand that he's got a guards, velocipod, containment, and a bioprobe, so there's nothing really that can do it. You got 10 cards, so it's a massive reshuffle. Gonna get rid of Violet.
you're clear. Cruella has to fate next turn too.
Correct.
if the fate stops Cruella.
Just get a velocipod out just in case. No? Oh my gosh!
Perdita does the job, I'm pretty sure, right? If you put them on Pongo's location, you know they can't be
Put it
immediately
at-
captured.
Put it.
But at the same time, yeah.
I get it, but at the same time, they can just go over and use that capture one again. But now, move any hero. Okay, smart.
Perdita joins the stack.
Gonna activate Horus over there.
Oh my stinking gosh.
Mr. Incredible. Alright, that's fine. Now, he
That
did do a
saves him.
teamwork, so he knows. So most likely he put a hero in every single
Every other.
fate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And
I just realized we're having the advanced robots can play today. Syndrome and Otto are both playing today.
Containment unit. Ooh.
And I guess I represent the let's see, Cruella De Vil is the devil woman as they put it, right?
The devilish woman, yeah. That's why one of her
And then it's like I'm playing the literal devil.
Mm-hmm. Discard.
You know, increasing the cost to activate stuff at location might be a better play.
It is because they've only got 1 power. If they had like 7 or 8 power, it may not have been the biggest difference. Sure, you can also cover up a top actions, but right now telephone isn't as useful. Unless they activated telephone, brought Jasper back out for free, but they can't because there's no discard pile. So that's irrelevant. Yeah, they're gonna have to go over for the fate. Gain 1 power, so you go into 3. Very smart. Got a force field. Got a force field. That's good.
A long staller, that's for sure. Honestly, no capes could have been just as good depending on the need.
Because you figure you're gonna get fated no matter what, but here there's at least the. Either one was good. spending
The
2.
main difference is this way he doesn't have any more cycling or.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's smart to put the Velocipod out there so you can literally vanquish anywhere.
Indeed. Let's see. Now for Twilight Bark, is there any heroes left in the discard pile?
You still have, well, maybe not in the discard pile. You still have Sergeant Tibbs to be there. What are they gonna do? I mean, they could go to Radcliffe House, pay 2 power, capture 1 at their location. If they have that card.
Hmm.
Pay 1, Fireplace Poker.
Honestly, I'm gonna make a contender for Syndrome and Cruella
Oh, Teamwork
being the
and
longest
Force Field.
games.
Yeah.
Teamwork and a force feed.
So they drew. Oh, okay. So
Does Syndrome have the card that removes force field? I'm curious.
no, not right now. It looks like the first fate back would be Frozone and Totally Wicked.
That makes sense.
Because when Violet's played, you discard any 0-point energies, but I don't think they have the one to discard any. No, they don't. You definitely don't want to vanquish as Cruella right now, because you're gonna get bioprobed.
Yeah. that would turn the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, she's realizing he can get around it and not vanquish. So
Discard. Oh, there's capture.
oh, it's a little sad. No more heroes, but obviously getting rid of the captured puppies is really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, Syndrome has a way to go too.
Roadster and Jasper would be super helpful. Now
Let's see what.
Now they know they can get away with not fading for 1 turn because they know they at least have a hero that next fate. So it's smart.
Boy, don't you want Jasper right now?
And look at the time, it's getting more distance.
Indeed. This time the other way.
I mean, it's literally gonna be a fate every turn right now. So
You know what's interesting is Cruella is one of the weaker villains just by normal default, and so is Syndrome.
mm-hmm.
So it's interesting to see how they compete. Syndrome's just really good in the sense. Well, Syndrome feels strong whenever you play him. You never feel bad for playing him.
Mm-hmm.
But you also feel very much the power of how every fate can set you back a whole turn too. Very measurable.
Now it's okay. They are gonna move it because I was gonna say for a second it didn't look like they were gonna move that.
Oh, that's a lot of puppies in one area.
Mm-hmm. One of Jasper or Roadster be nice. All right, so we got Frozone and wicked. I mean, you have to play Frozone, right?
Yeah, because granted, this might be the opportunity if he knows he's gonna pull out a hero next round to put it on
So
top
I
of the.
just looked. There are 2 heroes in the next 2 fates, so that's good.
Gotcha.
But one of them is Jack Jack.
That's why. Okay.
So I mean, yeah, sure, you can put Jack Jack at par residence, cover the top fate, and have to get rid of a Lost Potter security. Oh, there's good old Jasper.
Honestly, have you played Commander and Magic before?
A while ago.
I'd be curious to do Singleton Villainous.
I mean, he's got the power, so he can just keep getting those heroes down to nothing. Don't play captain. Get rid of that telephone because you got Jasper and yeah.
I have a friendly dog who just came in.
You idiots! You just gotta back out.
I just realized my dog's here. I guess I should root for Syndrome now. Yeah, you don't support Cruella De Vil.
Now, at this point, you know you're. Why are you playing a major mod? At this point, you know you're just getting faded every turn. So, is it to the point where you just keep getting stalled that you resign, or you just keep going? Obviously,
I would never resign personally,
Right,
because
but I've already seen a resign a couple of times, and I'm just like, keep playing it out.
well, a lot of people can sometimes see the ropes, but in this case, for example, between these two villains especially, a lot of this will be down to the timer, I feel. Down to the timer and down to if one can get the conditions to trigger. Because right now, Cruella's board's entirely faded. So the only way she can capture tokens is if she has the right cards in hand. So that's a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas it's also the same for a little less so because the fates are more predetermined, I feel, for Syndrome at this point. But basically, it's a game of who can get their lucky things in a bow while making sure they play the right things. But yeah, it's intriguing. Oh, those puppies going back there is not fun.
He's saving a couple of bile probes.
Bioprobe's triggered by what, remind me?
If Cruella vanquishes,
Ah,
they can defeat equal or less. So, I mean, Frozen's at a 0, Jack Jack's a 1.
that's true. Those would trigger. But maybe Krilla understands that's not a good thing to do, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were just realizing that Bullmarket removed all puppy tokens from those locations.
It's why all suddenly you start liking the,
You had 3 over here, and you had 1 over here.
One here of 11
Okay.
and
You
21.
had you had 11 over here, and you had 3 22s over here.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's right. I thought so.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Mm.
What were you saying?
I was saying that what's it called? Yeah. I don't even remember actually at this point.
Gaining a power and using it to discard. Okay. Go there. Gain the power. Vanquish, of course. Just a constant fate every turn now. I mean, I think at this point it's Syndrome's game because it originally was Corella's, but they just didn't block the top fate. You idiots, move over. Vanquish. Okay. Bioprobe, yep. So luckily Dash comes out.
Yeah, you have to block the Vanquish action more or less, because then all suddenly. Yeah. If you don't block that Vanquish action, Jack will be meaningless in stalling for time. At this point, you're just buying yourself time while fading Syndrome.
And you can just see him with the decision of what do I do.
Basically, this is only guaranteeing you won't be faded one extra turn, so unless you think you could win in one turn with no fate, then not really painful.
Yeah, just Vanquish Dash. They
Now,
have to
one
get
turn off winning.
They have to get a super lucky. Like they need to get like freaking Monologue or Totally Wicked.
They need a no capes and a teamwork.
Ooh, Cruel gets to add a puppy token. Doesn't get to do that very much with Syndrome. Yeah, no capes, Totally Wicked, monologuing.
Totally Wicked wouldn't do it. Totally Wicked would just clear the board.
Right.
He
So
needs a hero or a.
right. So I was just trying to decide the cards that would not be able to do it. Force field. Oh, nope, that's it.
It's game. Granted, it's not technically game over till, yeah. Boom.
He just conceded there. Alright, let's hop back over.
Okay.
Super close.
Wow. Very good game.
Very well played, sir. Very well played.
Okay. Thank you guys.
No worries at all. You take care. Have a nice evening.